Japanese Grand Prix Day 3. What did Mika Hakkinen make of being reunited with the car he won his first world championship in? And is Fernando Alonso's McLaren more competitive than a GP2 car this weekend? Here's the Paddock Diary. 8 a.m. With FP3 starting at midday and no scheduled appointments before lunch, I catch up on world happenings via my e-news subscriptions before having a few coffees in the hotel lobby before setting up for Nagoya station and plenty of time to catch the 10:01 express to Shiroko. 11 a.m. The connecting shuttle gets me to the paddock gates at 11:15, perfect timing. En route I know the local shopping mall has changed its name, previously known as F1 Mart, in obvious deference to the annual sporting event held a few miles up the road. It is now the F Mart. I had heard Liberty is enforcing the use of its F1 trademark even more stringently than did Bernie Ecclestone, and wonder whether this is a further example of their influence. 1 p.m. After the final practice session I walk the paddock in search of news. One of the snippets I pick up is that Sochi's TV ratings recorded a 23% fall over last year. While Liberty downplays the drop with a "last year the race was early in the season, this year it's near the end" comment, it's clear something is awry, and I wonder whether last night's impromptu team boss meeting wasn't called as a direct result of the slump. 1:30 p.m. I've arranged to meet with Gunther Steiner of Haas to discuss his team's plans, particularly post-2021, when F1's listed parts model is due to change, as outlined here, and he kindly suggested doing so over lunch. His team uses the same catering company as Ferrari, which means the pasta will be excellent, and it is. For dessert we share a bunch of Go grapes, which the team received as a gift from a supplier. We agree they are, by far, the most delicious grapes we've ever tasted, and so they should. They're cultivated under strictly controlled conditions, with bunches restricted to around 30, plum-sized, grapes to ensure the sugar content is not diluted. More about the fruit here, favijp.com web link. Later, while at Toro Rosso, I grab a Kit Kat unlike any other I know, wrapped in green foil. This crunchy, green tea-flavored chocolate bar is, you've guessed it, green in color. It turns out to be less slightly sweet than its Western equivalent, with a slight tang. 4 p.m. Interview time. First up are the Toro Rosso twins, and it's a real pleasure to observe the unbridled joy in the team's hospitality after Brendan Hartley and Pierre Gasly posted 6th and 7th fastest respectively. The relief in the Kiwi's face is clear to see. He knows his future depends on putting in sterling drivers, and this performance was just what the doctor, Marco, ordered. Thereafter I chat to Toro Rosso boss Franz Tost, who is understandably over the moon with the team's performance, particularly the engine's contribution. We're joined by a Japanese journalist I've worked with before, who last year was skeptical when the team announced its switch to Honda, and it's clear Tost has a long memory. He stops just short of demanding an apology. From there I head for McLaren and their Meet the Team session. Unfortunately the timing clashes with a demonstration of F1 historic cars, with V10 Ferraris mixing it with Benettons and McLarens. Star of the show is Mika Hakkinen, driving a McLaren Mercedes MP413, which obviously bucked F1 superstitions by delivering the 1998 Driver and Constructor Championships for the Finland team respectively. Although I can't see the cars running, I sure hear their wailing engines as I hang about outside waiting for the session to start. I remark how wonderful they sound, and, rather surprisingly, a passing marketing man counters, they should ban historic F1 cars at Grand Prix, and restrict them to Goodwood and historic events. Why so? It's impossible to impress sponsors with our current cars when they hear those. As luck has it Mika passes by, so ask about the demonstration run, whether he enjoyed it and what chance of seeing him in historic racing.